Welcome back to the podcast. School just sucks. It's terrible.
You're not even in school.
I know, but why couldn't we make a podcast episode last week? Because of school. I just study for stupid midterms. No one wants to do that, right? Would you want to do that?
I did it.
Yeah, I know, but would you want to go back and do it?
I trade you going to work every day.
I'd rather not do that.
That whole 45 minutes of studying you do a night is killing you.
Mm-hmm.
Killing you.
Yeah. Takes all my brain power.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, we're back. First off, how's Drew Timmy doing? How's Mustache Man?
Oh, Mustache Man. This weekend played, Gonzaga played Alabama. Top 10 team. Drew Timmy just dominated. They had like 29 points, 10 rebounds. Just dominating. Can't stop the Mustache Man.
I don't think you can. Do you know that's who you... Do you know who else you can't stop?
Who's that?
Messi. Messi and Argentina win the World Cup. And he's completed the game of soccer. He has all these trophies.
Football.
No, shut up. You said no. It's not football, it's soccer.
It is football.
Soccer. Anyway, he has all these trophies, all these awards, and the last trophy he wanted was the World Cup, and he finally got it. I feel like that cements him as the GOAT.
That game was spectacular. I don't even like soccer or football.
We thought it was going to be a blowout because it was 2-0. Argentina was up. Then Mbappe goes crazy, scores 2.
Mbappe scored 2 in like a minute and a half. Then went to extra time.
They both scored.
And Argentina scored. He thought it was over. And France, I think, did Mbappe score again?
Mbappe had 3 goals.
That's right, he had a penalty kick. And then I went, that's the only thing I don't like about soccer. You shouldn't end the World Cup on penalty kicks.
I understand like semifinal games a little bit, but the World Cup finale, the World Cup championship, whatever you want to call it, ending the big game on that, I don't know. It seems kind of lame. I feel like they should have just gone more. But at that point, how long do you think they'll play? They could go for 200 minutes.
Hey, they could. But it was spectacular. Like, again, that's my only complaint. Ending on penalty kicks. But other than that, that may be the greatest soccer game ever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't watch a lot of soccer.
And
it's the greatest soccer game I've ever watched.
I'm ready to care about soccer in 4 years again.
I say why?
In 4 years.
Okay.
When the next World Cup happens. Alright, so NFL Week 14 is over, and the playoffs are looking a little more set in stone.
I wouldn't say that.
A couple teams are, in the playoffs, guaranteed. Let's just start off with last week, though, recapping. Man, the Lions are on a roll. Absolute roll.
Dan Campbell, man. Gotta love Dan Campbell.
Gotta love Dan Campbell.
Lions 7-7 now.
They beat the Jets last week, and Zach Wilson still sucks.
The Jets stink.
Yeah.
And the Lions gonna make the playoffs, man. They play the Panthers, the Bears, and then they end with the Packers. They should win 2 of those games and make the playoffs.
Yeah. They should go 9-8.
That's
for a team that had a, early first round pick last year. That's a huge improvement.
And Jared Goff, he's still bad, but he's actually been playing, I'll call it average football.
Do you know who's been playing good, though? Ish. I don't want to give him too much credit, but Brock Purdy.
Dude, get off the Brock Purdy train.
I just don't like Brock Purdy. I think that, he's a rookie, and that's cool and all, how he's playing well. Mr. Irrelevant to Mr. Relevant. Yeah, we'll see about that in the next year or so.
If you go into the playoffs with Brock Purdy as your quarterback, you have no prayer. The Niners are done. Unless Jimmy G miraculously comes back for the playoffs, San Francisco has no chance with Brock Purdy.
No.
Brock.
And the thing is, too, if Jimmy G does come back, right, they would, and if they were to start him, the fans would complain, oh my God, why start Jimmy G when we have Brock Purdy? And then they would lose and then blame Jimmy G. But then the same thing would have happened with Brock Purdy. The 49ers is a, situational quarterback position.
I've said it all year. I said it in the preseason. Jimmy G is the best quarterback for the 49ers because you're right. It's a go out, don't lose us a game. That's what they need. They don't need a guy throwing for 300 yards. They need a Jimmy G type.
And they win. They continue to win. Even without Jimmy G. But that's just because Brock Purdy is Jimmy G Jr. That's a lot of J's.
Niners are dumb.
The Vikings.
Holy cow.
Are you kidding me?
Can we talk about the Colts? 33-0.
Going into half, yeah.
They were up 33-0 halfway through the third quarter. Minnesota didn't score until there were 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. They're up 33-0 at half. They're up 36-7 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, and they lose. How? How is that possible?
Matt Ryan. I don't want to blame Matt Ryan. I mean, the Colts defense is to blame in the second half, but it's the Matt Ryan curse.
He's now on the losing end of probably two of the worst.
Well, that was the biggest
debacles ever. So you got the 28-3 Super Bowl against the Patriots that they lost. That wasn't really Matt Ryan either. That was bad coaching. And then you've got this 33-0 in the third quarter. Just gross.
The biggest comeback in NFL history.
I mean, look. The only comeback potentially greater than that was in the 90s when Frank Reich was the backup quarterback for the Bills and they came back. I think they were down 38-3 against the Houston Oilers.
Yeah.
And they came back and won. I think it was 38-3. Maybe it was like 35-3. But that was probably the greatest comeback I ever saw. This was unbelievable. I mean, most teams don't get 5 possessions in a half. And Minnesota scored 5 touchdowns in the last 18 minutes of the game. Just incredible.
So the Vikings-Colts game was one of the Saturday games. The Saturday games were good besides Ravens versus Browns, which was 13-3.
That's typical Ravens-Browns game.
Yeah,
I mean, no Lamar Jackson.
They do, okay.
The Browns are still in the playoffs.
The takeaway from the past few games for the Ravens is the fact that they now realize how much they need Lamar Jackson.
I think that's pretty obvious.
Yeah, he's going to get a huge check this offseason.
I don't think he gets as huge of a check as he would have gotten last offseason if he'd have taken it, but he's going to get paid.
Yeah. The other Saturday game was Bills versus Dolphins. The Bills come out on top. That was a very good game. Tua was looking like more of himself and more confident. That was a frozen tundra. And
Dolphins are fine. I keep telling you they need one more win. That's all they need. Next week will be interesting, though. Or this week, I guess. Play the Packers.
On Christmas Day.
Day. Packers fighting for their playoff life. So that's going to be a really interesting game. And then they play the Patriots and the Jets. The Dolphins are in the playoffs. I wouldn't worry about it.
The Eagles beat the Bears. Justin Fields is... I don't know what to say about him. There's no word that can describe how good he is.
With his legs, he's phenomenal.
That's what I'm saying.
He's got 1,000 yards now. He's getting better. He's absolutely getting better. Maybe one day they'll put a team around him.
Oh yeah, maybe someday. Steelers, Panthers, that was awesome.
Nobody cares.
Chiefs somehow go into overtime against the Texans and win.
That's a gross game. Texans 2 weeks in a row now. Played Dallas tough 2 weeks ago. Played the Chiefs tough this week. Not bad for a 1-12 team.
No. The Saints and the Falcons.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. Jaguars beat the Cowboys. There were a lot of comebacks this week.
Jaguars beat the Cowboys. That's a bad loss for the Cowboys.
But the thing is, though, the Cowboys did clinch a playoff spot.
I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. They're not going to catch Philly, and so they're locked. They're probably locked into their spot. But man, that's still a bad loss.
Which, speaking of Philly, I forgot to say this. Jalen Hurts is hurt. Doesn't really change the fact, they're still probably going to get the number 1 seed. But Jalen Hurts MVP season looking iffy. Now that he's hurt, he might be out for the rest of the regular season, but back for the playoffs. I don't know. We'll have to see.
They don't need him for the rest of the regular season. Rest him, get him healthy, come back for the playoffs.
Broncos actually win a game. That's
gross. Nobody cares again.
Okay. This one we care about. Raiders versus Patriots.
Oh my God.
Jacoby Myers, if we're talking Madden ratings real quick, 99-0, Jacoby Myers has a 0 overall football IQ. What are you doing? There's 0 seconds left, right? It's a tie game. Just go down. Go into overtime. Instead, he throws it to Chandler Jones, a Raiders defender. Chandler Jones then stiff arms Mac Jones into the ground and runs it in for the game-winning touchdown.
The worst bleeping play I've ever seen in the NFL, and ever. I can't remember another play worse than that. The only one possibly I can remember was Thanksgiving Day back in the 90s. Dallas was playing the Dolphins. The Dolphins attempted a field goal. It got blocked by Dallas. And Leon Lett,
yeah,
grabbed the ball and ended up fumbling it, and the Dolphins ended up winning the game. That's the only other bonehead play like that I can think of. But this was incredible. Like, the sheer stupidity of the entire team. 1, why don't you throw a Hail Mary into the end zone?
Exactly.
2, apparently Belichick and the coaches said just run the ball out and kill the clock and let's go to overtime. And Stevenson decides to flip it back to Jacoby Myers, who then throws a Hail Mary the opposite direction. I don't understand. I don't understand the decision making. I don't understand the play. I've seen it now 20 times and I still get confused by it. The worst play ever.
And here's the thing. The Patriots could still make the playoffs, and that would have helped them so much.
The Patriots likely are going to miss the playoffs now because of that play.
That one play, yeah.
Awful.
I hate Herbert.
San Diego Chargers.
I hate Herbert.
Making a run. Here they come.
Before, I didn't like Herbert, but now I hate Herbert. And hate is a strong word. I very dislike Herbert. And I don't have a good reason. I just do.
I don't understand. I don't understand your hate.
I don't.
The golden locks.
No.
The cannon for an arm. The powder blue uniforms.
Those are nice.
Come on, man.
But not on Justin Herbert.
Come on. Here come the San Diego Chargers, my friend. Making a run just in time for the playoffs.
Yeah. Bengals beat the Buccaneers. Tom Brady still sucks. Retire, please.
Hey, they're in first place still.
Yeah,
6-8, first place.
They're the 4th seed and they're 6-8. How?
Because the division winners get.
I know how. But how is that division so bad? Can we just eliminate the rest of the South from the playoffs and let another team in that actually deserves it.
They're going to win their last 3 and end up 9-8. But yeah, 6-8 leading their division. They're bad.
Here's what I'm saying. Take the Buccaneers out, put the Lions in. There we go.
I think the Lions are going to make it also.
But if they don't, then it's going to be very upsetting.
Will you really be upset?
Yeah. I want Dan Campbell to make the playoffs.
You'll lie awake at night because
the
Bucs made it instead of the Lions.
Mm-hmm. Do I think the Lions are a worse team than the Buccaneers? Yeah. But they're not playing like it. The Giants beat the Commanders. Somehow, right now, if the playoffs started today, all of the NFC East would be in. And that's supposed to be the worst division in football.
That was a horrible game. By the way, referee, when the wide receiver looks at you and puts his hand out to ask if he's on the line of scrimmage, and you say, nod your head yes, and then you throw a flag because he wasn't on the line of scrimmage, you suck.
And also, referee, when there's a clear pass interference.
Oh yeah, that was.
When they're holding their entire body, in the air, maybe call pass interference. Yeah. The refs this week were terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, they're terrible every week.
No, but this week it was different. I think they're just trying to kill people's playoff chances.
Possibly.
Yeah.
All right. Making picks.
Do you want to talk about the Rams-Packers?
Oh, Packers are on life support, man. They 6-8 now. They've got a chance. They've just got to beat. They've got to beat the Dolphins this week, which I believe is at Miami. It's a tall task.
The Dolphins haven't played a home game in I think 4 weeks. It's been.
Really?
Yeah.
They need a win. Packers need a win. It's good. That should be a really interesting game. Packers just puked all over themselves at the beginning of the year when they lost to. I can't remember now. They lost to the Jets,
the Lions,
and the Giants 3 weeks in a row. That just killed their season. But they're
trying.
They're trying.
On to picks. Thursday night football, greatest game of all time. We've got Jags and Jets.
Jets stink. I've said the Jets stink all year. I'll continue to say the Jets stink.
I'm starting to like Trevor Lawrence a little bit. I'm going to go with Jags. I'm starting to like Trevor Lawrence, okay?
You cannot like Sunshine.
Why? I think he's a cool dude.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
See, if you're talking golden locks.
You don't like Justin Herbert and his long flowing locks, but you like Sunshine?
Yeah.
Wow.
Falcons and Ravens, Saturday. Lamar may come back. Lamar is set to be healthy. I mean, if that's true, then Ravens. If it's not true, then I'd say Falcons.
No. The Ravens are going to beat Desmond Riddler all up. They're going to dominate the Falcons.
Did you say Riddler?
Ritter.
Like the Batman
like the
villain?
Riddler. Yeah, I did. I threw an L in there.
Ritter.
I corrected myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Lions and Panthers. The Lions, they're on a roll. I like the Lions.
Absolute roll. That freight train continues.
I don't think it's coming to a halt soon. Seahawks, Chiefs. The Seahawks do need a win if they want a chance at the playoffs. So I think they're going to give it everything they've got against the Chiefs. I still think the Chiefs win.
I think Seahawks are done. Chiefs big, especially coming off that loss. Or no, almost loss last week.
Yeah, against the worst team in the NFL. Saints and Browns. Yeah, that's something.
That game's going to be played in Cleveland in freezing cold weather, potentially snow. Browns.
Titans and Texans. I'm going to go with the big upset here. I'm going to go with the Texans.
They've played really well the last 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying.
Titans, I think, get the win.
But here's the thing about that: if they play really well against good teams, the Titans, I don't consider that good of a team.
Which means they'll probably play bad.
That makes no sense. Your logic makes no sense. They play good against good teams and bad against bad teams. How does that work?
Play up to your competition.
Bengals and Patriots. The Patriots need a win, but the Bengals are the Bengals, so they'll win.
Patriots are done, too. I think last week broke them. Bengals.
This should be a good game. Giants and Vikings.
It will not be a good game.
What do you mean?
Because the Giants stink.
Okay.
Vikings.
Bills and Bears. Oh, yeah. Okay. Bills.
Bills.
I think this game will be close for some reason. I have a feeling.
I think the Bills could play down to the Bears, but the Bills win easily.
Commanders and 49ers. I've got the 49ers.
I think the Brock Purdy...
What are you trying to say?
Tour of gushing over him comes to a screeching halt. Commanders.
Okay. Eagles and Cowboys. Remember, Eagles do not have Jalen Hurts. They have Gardner Minshew. I'm gonna go with Cowboys.
Speaking of flowing mullet in mustache, that dude is fire right there.
But is he fire at football?
No, Dallas big.
Raiders and Steelers. Nobody cares. I'm just Raiders.
I think the Raiders still have playoff hopes, don't they?
Yeah, but I think they have to win out.
Raiders.
It's Christmas Day games. We've got Packers and Dolphins. I've got the Dolphins. Don't. You go against the Dolphins like every week.
I want to do it so bad.
You're gonna do it.
I want to do it so bad. I'm going with the Dolphins.
You want to go with the Packers or the Dolphins?
No, I want to go with the Packers, but I'm going with the Dolphins.
Okay. Broncos and Rams.
Oh my God, what a horrible game. Can they just not play?
Yeah.
It's Christmas Day. Let them go home to their families.
Exactly.
Good Lord, man.
I don't even... They're both eliminated from the playoffs.
I'm calling it tie.
Okay, we'll go with the tie. Tie 3-3. Buccaneers, Cardinals.
Buccaneers big.
Yeah, Buccaneers. The Cardinals are so bad. And Monday Night Football, we've got Chargers and Colts. Jonathan Taylor's dead again. It wouldn't matter anyway. But Chargers. I'll go with the Chargers. Fine, Herbert, you get another win.
Gotta go with San Diego Chargers.
The Chargers have such an easy schedule at the end of the year.
Do they?
Yeah. Super easy.
Colts, Rams, Broncos. I'm telling you, man. They're going to be 11-6. Watch out for the Chargers.
It's dumb.
Watch out for the Chargers.
I don't like it.
All right. Well, happy holidays.
We'll see you after Christmas.
Enjoy time with the families. The eggnog. Watching Christmas Vacation, which is the second greatest Christmas movie of all time, by the way.
What's the first?
The first is obvious. Rocky IV.
That's not a Christmas movie.
Do not argue with me that Rocky IV is not a Christmas movie. He beats the Russian on Christmas Day. The fight is on Christmas Day. He helps end communism on Christmas Day. How can it not be a Christmas movie?
Because I feel like even though it's set on Christmas Day, doesn't mean that it's a Christmas movie. Is the whole thing that it's Christmas? Is the main point that it's Christmas?
There's some bits and pieces about Christmas, absolutely. It's a Christmas movie.
Uh,
He proves America is the greatest country of the world on Christmas. He breaks communism on Christmas. Like, if we're talking Christmas heroes, Rocky 1, fine. Okay, we probably should put Little Baby Jesus 1.
yeah, go with that.
Little Baby Jesus 1, Rocky 2, Santa Claus 3.
You're putting Rocky over good old Saint Nick.
Santa Claus did not help end communism. Rocky 4, greatest Christmas movie of all time.
We'll go with
We'll watch it. We'll watch it over this holiday break of yours.
You know what? I'm going to put up a poll on our Instagram. And you can go vote if Rocky 4 is a Christmas movie. And we'll see. We'll see.
Only stupid people would vote no.